Well, we're on our way. John Henry Vaughan taking up that inside spot, going and stopping Yuri Swart. Yuri Swart getting Troy Dolanchik diving up on the inside of him. And, oh, we got a bit of contact. One of the carts going off at the back. But John Henry Vaughan gets it all kinds of wrong going into turn 2. Troy Dolanchik up into first place. Jason Couture lying in third place with Andrew Thomas constantly. Sorry, that's Quinton Lobisher that is putting a bit of pressure on him, hoping to get by. And it does look like Quinton going and losing out a bit of drive. Touches the dirt. Lucas Sturman now coming a bit into the fight along with John Henry Vaughan. A little bit further back we've got Jude Stewart chasing down, hoping to get a little bit closer to this little battle as they make their way through the final corner to complete lap number 1. Troy Dolanchik getting that little bit of luck, is able to claw his way through, but it looks like we got one retirement, and that's Andrew Thomas, who is unfortunately retired from heat number 1 here at Zwartkops for round number 3, our final round of the OKLA. Jason Couture on the back of Yuri Swart, hoping to go and push him a little bit more into a mistake. Yuri not braking yet, just following the like of Troy Dolanchik. A little bit further behind, we've got Quinton Lobisher trying to pull away from the likes of Lucas Derman, who's just running out a little bit too wide. John Henry Vaughan, who's keeping right on the back of him, trying to make up some ground as possible. Then we got Jude Stewart. Oh, we got one cart rollover. We have got a rollover, and I think that was Quinton, who unfortunately got it all kinds of wrong and has been the first rollover we've seen this season.
I mean, that's not something you like to see, and I think unfortunately there might be a lot of damage on that cart. I don't want to say this, Stephen, but he might be joining Andrew on the retirement list. Actually, 3 retirements so far: Lucas Sturman, Mahir Wahab, and Andrew Thomas out of the race. So we've lost 3 carts so far.
The guys just putting in everything they can. Unfortunately, Wahab going and falling out on the start, then battled his way through. Something must have gone on that caused that retirement, but hopefully they can get him all sorted out for heat number 2. Remember, we've got 2 heats, so you've got 12 laps in the first heat, you've got 12 laps in the second heat, just everything to try and make it stick. Jason Couture, though, is a man on a mission. All over the side of Yuri Swart, dives up, pushing Yuri Swart out and taking that second place. Now going after Troy Dolanchik. So while these two are just duking it out, and Yuri Swart and Jason Couture know each other from racing on multiple sims, racing on circuit with one another, and they're going after Troy Dolanchik, who's the championship leader, started in 3rd, up into 1st place, starting to run away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, I mean, while, Jason Couture and Yuri Swart, they keeping each other busy, that's going to allow Troy to open up that gap. Because inevitably, as you battle with each other, you actually slow each other down. And with Troy being out in front, that's going to allow him to get away. So I think they need to start working together and see if they can not, maybe reel in Troy instead of battling it out with each other. I don't know. Steve, what do you think?
They're getting a bit argy-bargy with one another, just trying everything they can to maneuver their way around. A little bit further back, though, if you want to talk about battles that can be consequential, Sebastian Ferreira and Mark Pollard going at one another, actually causing more bumps and barges, throwing each other off circuit. Now, what we saw from the others, that is the way to get it in the wall. Now, if you're sitting in the likes of Yuri and Jason Couture's position, they're sitting right at the top. One mistake can throw them right down the field. John Henry Vaughan a little bit further down behind, but he is hanging there along with the likes of, Quinton Lobisher and John Henry Vaughan. You've got to get those two. They've swapped positions, but they are sitting just within enough reach that if one mistake happens where these two slow down, you can have 2 potential position losses in a flash. And that's what I think both Jason Couture and Yuri Swart have to keep in mind as Quinton and John Henry Vaughan. But John Henry Vaughan actually catching the curb, jumping the cart up a little bit. And that's how we saw the rollover. Hooking that curb, losing a bit, and it gets out from underneath you. So the guys have got to be super, super careful. Oh! Little bit of elbow action. John Henry Vaughan and Quinton Lobisher not leaving it anything to go. Jude Swart now having a bit of difficulty as he has got the likes of William Marshall behind him. So we got 2x2 battles happening at the moment where mistakes can start creeping in towards the later stages. We're on lap 7 of the race so far out of 12 laps. So we're just after halfway. The guys have to try and knuckle in, get in the toe, work on where they can get the points, and not take unnecessary risks or go all out and for a pass. And you can see the likes of Jude Swart going for that inside line. William Marshall just having to get a little bit elbows out. Shan trying to chase him down though, really hoping to just get by. Jude managing to dive up on the inside line, and William Marshall getting a little bit of a nudge there as they make their way through. So little bit of difficult running for them. The guys having to just try everything they can to really force their way through. A little bit up towards the front, we can see a battle ongoing. This is Yuri Swart up on the inside of Jason Kutsia, nearly hooks it, spins out, and now he's parked facing the wrong direction, losing 2 positions. Here comes Jade Swart. William Marshall comes blasting by. So 3rd place is actually going to John Henry Vaughan, who started in 1st place. And Jude Swart now battling out with Marshall. Marshall getting a little bit contact. And Yuri Swart stuck behind this little battle after his mistake. So the guys have just got to be so careful. John Henry Vaughan in 3rd place. Quinton Lobisher in 4th place. Jude Swart, William Marshall, Yuri Swart going and battling out. Yuri getting past William, now trying to get past the likes of Stewart. Stewart not backing down at this point, trying to go defensive. And take a look, Yuri tried going up on the inside, couldn't make it stick. William actually hooking the curb and bouncing his way through. So the guy's getting really elbows out towards the end here, but Yuri Swart managing to get by. William Marshall capitalizing on it, just following suit in the tow.
Yeah, Steve, you spoke earlier about, the guys, 1 or 2 mistakes can gain you those positions, and that's exactly what we saw from Yuri Swart. He made that position that allowed, John Henry Vaughan and so to get past him. But the thing I want to, as we see another little bit of contact there, William Marshall spinning out, the thing that I'm saying is, Steve, I see a lot of little mistakes on the track that's, really costing the guys, clipping a curb here and there, resulting them to bounce the carts, spin out, that type of thing. And that's costing them dearly in this race, and we're already on the 2nd last lap, aren't we?
Fair enough, we are, but I just want to point out, we want to always highlight good sportsmanship. Yuri Swart went and tipped the likes of William Marshall, causing him to lose out. So what did Yuri do? Slowed down on the circuit in a safe manner and waited until Marshall can get past him. So going and relinquishing the position, saying, listen, I made the mistake. Please come past me. He's lost out the drive to the likes of John Henry Vaughan. That's allowed Quinton Lobisher to come get close. But losing out that little bit of drive in terms of gaining the respect, well done, Yuri. Well done. We tend to highlight things like that here with our little stream. So that's good sportsmanship pointing out.
Yeah, that's one of the unwritten rules of sportsmanship in the sim racing world, as we now watch Troy Dolenjek. He's very close to taking the checkered flag and yet another win here.
He's doing everything he can around the final corner, keeping it absolutely pinned and going to be maximizing points for his first heat. 2nd, Jason Kutsia, followed by John Henry Vaughan, Quinton Lobisher in 4th place. Jude Stewart coming by, going to be taking 5th place by just keeping it planted. Shan Lobisher going out in 6th place. William Marshall taking 6th with Yuri Swart in 8th place. So William Marshall in 7th. Yuri Swart in 8th. Melvin Trollope. That's Mark Pollard finishing ahead of Melvin Trollope. A little bit further down, John Stewart coming across the line, taking 11th place. Sebastian Ferreira going and rounding our Sebastian Ferreira taking 11th place. John Stewart taking 12th place.